CUDA.com and Royal Farms bringing you the game of the week. Today we are on campus at Boys Latin at J. Duncan Smith Field. Great environment for these two teams to get after it. Gilman playing Boys Latin, a rematch of last year's semifinal. Thanks for joining us. I'm Booker Corrigan alongside Inside Lacrosse writer Ty Zanders. Ty, great matchup today, beautiful environment.
Always enjoy this game between schools. I'd say 7/10 of a mile away from each other. BL and Gilman always play very intense games that feature a few runs on each side, so I'm looking forward to it today.
And who can we anticipate seeing making big plays for the Gilman Greyhounds?
Well, certainly Gordy Kerber down on the attack end. He's signed with Denver, a nifty playmaker within 5 yards of the cage. Always enjoy watching Gordy. At midfield, Jake Shooter Mathai is a big playmaker between the lines, can shoot from the outside. He'll head to Chapel Hill next year. On defense, Robbie Hawes is bound for Ohio State, along with TJ Trusty and Devin Tucker, and then Brian Moore in cage has been a very solid rock in there, making some big saves and do a good job in the clearing game. So a very well-rounded team for Gilman.
And for the Boys Latin Lakers, it all starts at the face-off X. Hunter Moreland and Brian Lichtenauer doing a great job there.
Quarter action.
And we also want to make sure that attack-wise, Shaq Stanwyck and Colin Heacock do a great job. And the complimentary third attackman, Colin Chell, can make things happen. Midfield-wise, Ben Pridemore and Michael Lynch. Tal Bruno, one of the stars there. And defensively, Mac Pons and Matt Reese. Great players, great event today. CUDA.com and Royal Farms bringing you amazing high school action all year long. First quarter of today's game brought to you by the Baltimore Crabs Lacrosse Club, easily recognized as one of the top lacrosse clubs in the entire country. Baltimore Crabs Lacrosse
That's a face-off, X.
getting
Number
set
11
to run their
for the
prospect
Lakers,
camp.
Hunter Moreland.
Investigate that prospect camp on their website,
Jake
BaltimoreCrabs.com.
For the Greyhounds. First face-off.
Mathai against Hunter Moreland. Gilman in their road blues, Boys Latin home whites. Hunter Moreland, quick work of the opening draw, gets it down to Stanwyck.
And that'll be a nice battle today between Hunter Moreland, bound for Johns Hopkins, and Jake Shooter Mathai, headed for Chapel Hill next year. Hunter, of course, a sophomore.
Tal Bruno, first real possession, getting going here for the Lakers. Here's Pridemore near side to a cutter. Colin Shell can't corral it, but Brian Moore does. Bounce pass to Mathai, controls it, and looks to clear. So many athletes on the attack for Boys Latin. They ride with great tenacity. Booker Corrigan and Ty Zanders bringing you the call from Boys Latin. Thanks for making CUDA.com and the game of the week. Mathai threw everybody, shot blocked on its way to the cage, and Matty Reese comes up with it for the Lakers. Little sky whammy coming out of that. Nifty play by Matty Reese. And thereby ends. First quarter race to nifty is over. Michael Lynch, inside move, and again, a lot of defense, a lot of contact on his way to the cage, kind of like Mathai at the other end.
Yeah, and a lot of middies falling down so far. So we'll see how it goes the next few possessions.
TJ Trusty D'ing up Colin Heacock right now. Heacock, one of those players who's capable of scoring in bunches and earning that Under Armour All-American Underclassmen Player of the Game award. Lakers' Casey Reese comes off the pick, a little inside opening, no dice. And T. Moyer settles it up for the Lakers, gets it up to Heacock. Casey Reese splits right to left, rolls back, finds Heacock.
And definitely sort of anticipated these matchups. I thought Trusty was a good showdown with Heacock, both great athletes, and then Robbie Hawes and Shaq Stanwyck back there at X. You know, Hawes has covered guys like that and done a good job on them, so we'll see how he does today against the Hopkins-bound sophomore.
Just past the 9-minute 30-second mark, first quarter. No score yet. Reese, left side, peels back, gets it to Heacock. Heacock, little room to shoot, stings a corner.
Goal!
That is one way to make things happen on offense. Colin Heacock.
Colin Heacock. At the X now for the Lakers, number 4, Brian Lichtenauer. 44, Nick Shepard in for the Lakers at long pole.
And Booker, you can see why he was a Under Armour underclass representative for Baltimore this past summer. He can put the ball in the back of the net. Colin Heacock.
Lakers' Brian Lichtenauer wins the faceoff. But now my man Timmy Jenkins bringing the D.
Could be a hold.
Able to maintain possession, Nick Gasaldi. And Stanwyck controls for the Lakers, gets it over to Michael Lynch. Ben Pridemore Jr. bound for Notre Dame upon his matriculation from the Boys Latin School.
Gotta love that matriculation term, Booker. You always drop it. Tim Jenkins shadowing Ben Pridemore. Pridemore's gotten the pole the majority of the year. It's probably a good call there because he can rip it.
Michael Lynch creating offense, off-hip shot.
Shot out of bounds, Stanwyck to inbounds.
Backed up by Stanwyck, 1-0 your score. Lakers lead on a Colin Heacock goal. Shot, another goal,
Goal!
Shaq Stanwyck.
Shaq Stanwyck with the unassisted score.
Two quick ones for the Lakers.
Greyhounds 0, 8:09 mark in the first quarter.
Make Royal Farms your first stop before and after every game
At the
for
face-off
everything from
end,
custom-built
Hunter
subs and
Moreland for the
wraps,
Lakers.
healthy snacks, drinks, fresh brewed
Davey
coffee,
Rivas
Western
for the
fries, and of
Greyhounds.
course, Royal Farms delicious, world-famous, fresh, never frozen chicken. Royal Farms, real fresh, real fast.
Brandon Smith, long pole midi for the Greyhounds. Nick Shepard for the Lakers.
And another face-off win for the Lakers. Stanwyck settles it. And Gasaldi lob pass over to Heacock. Heacock and Stanwyck, your goal scorers so far. Both unassisted tallies, and the Lakers lead 2-0 at the 7:45 mark first quarter.
And Stanwyck coming off a great game against St. Paul's on Tuesday in that 15-3 win. He had 4 goals, 1 assist. He's been struggling a little bit this year, sort of leading the charge at attack, without his brother Wells, who's a freshman at Hopkins right now, but really stepped up on Tuesday and looks like he will today as well. Certainly a candidate for the Under Armour underclass player of the game when it's all said and done.
And go to UnderArmourLacrosse.com to register for those tryouts. T. Moyer driving from behind, little behind the back sky whammy. First one of those this year on Cuda.com.
You could call that nifty. I love that matchup there. These two guys probably have a combined height of 10 feet, but I gotta love it.
As we like to say, it's not the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog.
Amen. Book, noticed you've lost some weight throughout the season, really working hard for Cuda.
Trying to slim down a little bit. Then again, you gain that much weight, it's easy to shed it. Lakers still making things happen. Big save, Brian Moore. And let's get into our keys to the game, Ty. For Gilman, what are they going to need to do to win here at BL?
Well, we saw that big save down there by Brian Moore. I think that's the biggest key today for Gilman. The goalie play. He's had a very good year, but BL,
Loose ball push
they're
Greyhound
definitely
ball.
tough shooters. So I think he'll need to garner, rack up maybe 10-plus saves, and I think Gilman could have a win. For BL, I think it's how consistent these guys play on offense. I know they can score in bunches at times, but they haven't showed they can bring it on a regular basis. So we'll see how Lynch, Pridemore, Bruno, Heacock, and Stanwyck all perform today.
Gordy Kerber gets it behind to Zeke Murrell. Now it's Max Green. Everybody on Gilman getting a touch. Will McBride. And Andrew Gemma ends up with a little token dodge, feeling out the defense.
And both of these teams really playing a whole lot more midfielders as the year goes on. See guys like Andrew Gemma get some more minutes, and Peter Brown.
And they still have Riley DeSmit coming in, as well as Sims.
And William McBride as well as sophomores really come on strong this year.
Here is Will McBride trying to get his right hand free trail check effective, but Kerber comes up with the ground ball. Inside feed too high.
Pass out of bounds. It'll be Laker ball and clear.
5:07 to go first quarter. First quarter brought to you by the Baltimore Crabs Lacrosse Club, a tremendous organization solely involved with the game of the week to support the efforts of these fine athletes and coaches, the Baltimore Crabs.
I gotta say, I'm definitely enjoying this atmosphere a little bit more than Tuesday in that St. Paul's BL game. Not many fans out there in the rivalry, but this seems to pick up the slack in terms of rivalry for the Boys Latin Lakers.
Pridemore hits the pipe for the Lakers, and Peter Brown with the clear. Brendan Barger, the long stickman, number 3 for Gilman, doing a nice job. But here's Max Green, gets his right hand free shot goal. Max Green gets the Greyhounds on the board
with the score, unassisted, 4:22 mark of the first quarter.
And that's a guy like Brian Moore, if he's on, he will fill up the net in a big way. Sort of a hot, cold shooter, but proven tough today.
Sexually transmitted infections such as chlamydia and gonorrhea can have serious health consequences, but these infections are easy to treat. So if you think you might be infected, talk to your healthcare provider or get tested free at your local public health clinic. It's fast, it's easy. You don't even need a blood sample. If you test negative, great. If not, it's a step towards getting the treatment you need. BD, helping all people live healthy lives. Go to BD.com to learn more. Gilman comes away with possession at the 4:05 mark, first quarter. And this is a day where Royal Farms, they're going to be selling a lot of Motive Pure today.
BL with a 3-1 advantage in faceoffs so far. Tim Jenkins got that big ground ball for Gilman to give them the possession here.
Behind the cage, Tyler Too Cool Rule going against Matty Reese. Rule, the left-hander. Gets it up to DeSmit to Jake Mathai.
And Gilman always seems to have a young sophomore come on in a big way about midway through the season. I guess 2 years ago, Connor Doyle really did that for Gilman, and that's a rule.
Max Green gets it checked away, but corrals the loose ball. And Gilman still possesses. Shot over the cage. Harrison McCarthy with that shot, backed up by Rule. Gilman in their road blues maintains possession. Rule, no-look feed. Great shot by Kerber. But equal to the task is Christian Knight. Pons comes up with it, hit by DeSmit. And now he's got an open breaker in Gasaldi. Pure 4-on-3 break. Gasaldi gets it back. Shot save Moore. Brian Moore quickly up to Jake Mathai. And Gilman now with a numbers. Mathai right down Lake Avenue, shot, no dice.
Shot out of bounds, remains Greyhound ball.
Rule comes right off the end line, shot just wide. Backed up by Max Green, sideline horn. Make Royal Farms your first stop before and after every game for everything from custom-built subs and wraps, healthy snacks, drinks, fresh brewed coffee, Western fries, and of course, Royal Farms' delicious, world-famous, fresh, never frozen chicken. Royal Farms, real fresh, real fast. I know on Long Island somewhere, Dan Marino's saying, I need fresh, never frozen chicken.
He was actually complaining to me yesterday about how much he missed Royal Farms. I know he was saying in the interview a few weeks ago that he made a few visits when he was staying with Pat Kelly. So I'm headed up to the Woodstick tomorrow, see Garden City Manhattan. Maybe I'll bring him a few boxes of chicken, make him happy.
Ty and I both headed up to Long Island tomorrow. One of the hotbeds of lacrosse. Long Island and Shreveport, Louisiana. Neck and neck as far as hotbeds go. Of course, Tom Marichek running a camp down in Shreveport, Louisiana. Kerber going against Mac the Knife Pons. So far, Pons neutralizing Kerber, but Kerber has been able to slip open on the crease. Peter Brown looking to make something happen. Shot just wide.
Shot out of bounds.
Will
Tyler
McBride
rolled to inbound.
doing the shooting, but Peter Brown, normally the short stick D midi, getting some offensive time. Coach Brooks Matthews knows how to push the right buttons. Rule shot goes wide. Picked up on the backside by number 26, Andrew Gemma. And this is number 14, Will McBride. Shot by McBride. And Gilman winning the time of possession battle right now as we're 1 minute left in the first quarter.
And I love the youth out here. I think that's got to be 4 or 5 sophomores out there for the Greyhounds. Definitely bodes well for the future.
First quarter brought to you by the Baltimore Crabs Lacrosse Club. Check out their prospect camp. The Baltimore Crabs running that 7th and 8th grade prospect camp this summer. A tremendous organization, the Baltimore Crabs. Kerber, a little swim move, slid to by Reese, comes out with possession, rolls back for his left. And Christian Knight makes a first attempt at the scoop. He's going to let it go out of bounds. That play right there is evidence of great coaching by Steve Dubin. Don't make a mistake with the ball, get it out of bounds, play 6-on-6. It's so hard for players to make the decision to just push the ball out of bounds and play 6-on-6 because they want to make something happen. Sims, full head of steam, nifty move on the outside, shot, goal. John Sims ties it up 2-2.
John Sims on the unassisted score. Ties the game 2-2 with 20 seconds to go here in the first quarter.
We saw Gilman really respond to BL's 2-0 run to begin the game, and that just really
Facing off
sums
for the
up
Lakers,
this
number
rivalry, is
11,
that it's really a
Hunter
game
Moreland.
of runs between these two. We've seen it every
Ned
single
Emila
year.
for
We
the
saw last year in
Greyhounds.
the semifinal when Ryan Tucker put the team in his back, a la Greg Jennings.
20 seconds to go in
and
the
really
first
scored
quarter.
those 3 goals last minute and 20 seconds, I believe it was, all man down. So it's a game of runs in this one.
He and Connor Doyle orchestrating the comeback to end all comebacks.
Hey, Booker, both of us will never see anything like that again in lacrosse.
Flag fly, shot just wide. 1
Flag on the
second
play.
left on the clock.
I think Moreland been watching some Stanwyck film lately, scoring from his knees.
Technical violation.
Man Up brought to you by the Power
Boys
Shaft,
Latin will have a 30-second
the
man
world's
advantage.
only weighted lacrosse training shaft. Get to thepowershaft.com to learn how you can get your hands on the best weighted training shaft there is. Thepowershaft.com. One second left, 2-2 game. And now referee Carmen DeJohn Domenico's putting his foot down and making something happen. Referees for today's game, Carmen DeJohn Domenico, Maceo Parker, and Richard Montgomery McGee. First time we've had that crew. Royal Farms and Cuda.com bringing you the game of the week.
First quarter.
From Boys Latin, 2-2 your score. Booker Corrigan and Ty Zanders bringing it to you. Make Royal Farms your first stop before and after
visit the
every
school
game for
bookstore.
everything from custom-built
Anything
subs and
under
wraps,
the black
healthy
Under Armour
snacks,
tent is a
drinks,
big sale
fresh
item
brewed
from
coffee,
Mrs. Whitman
Western
in the
fries,
school store.
and of course, Royal
Cold
Farms
ice
fresh,
cream, cold drink
never
snacks.
frozen chicken. Royal Farms,
Visit
real
Aunt
fresh,
Whitman in the
real
school
fast.
bookstore.